My name is Swimdude11 here, and welcome to Super Mario Bros. DS. In this series, we will be taking a look at the new Super Mario Bros. Series, and, well, see its decline, basically. The first two games have to be my favorite, as well as the other ones were, the other two, technically three if you don't count, well, three. Technically two if you don't count it considering it was just a port to the Switch. But yeah, basically how I see this is, well, yeah, it had quite a decline, and those two games were not very fun. So talking about Super Mario Bros. DS here, what I want to do with this game here is, well, close to everything in the series, is we will be collecting all the star coins, of course. And yeah, I just wanted to show off this into the new series because technically, from, let's see here, Super Mario World, I think it was released from the Super Mario World because the GBA, when I showed it on my channel, those were technically just remakes of older games. So New Super Mario Bros. DS here was technically the start of a new era for Mario platforming. As you can see here, the most common thing would be well, you could already walk back and forth in Super Mario Bros. 3, but the fact that you can also ground pound / wall jump is pretty neat. So as for secrets in this game, again, we're just gonna try to stick to the star coins, but if I do find some secrets there and there, then that'll be good. But yeah, for example, all screw around the Mushroom Kingdom, basically there are secrets everywhere. So yeah, if you can find those, and Nintendo usually has a really good way with how it designed this game to up to its point. So yeah, little hints and knowledges, things there, as well as some returning power-ups as well as new ones as well. Of course, we have the mushroom and the fire flower being pretty good staples in the game, but we also have an introduction to a new power-up, which we should be getting to right about now. Okay, just keep going, manslaughtering. One more block over, and here is the big mushroom. Basically, this is the Mega Mushroom. You get super big, and you destroy everything in sight. Yeah, this power-up is great. It gives you so much power, and honestly, this was a really hard hitter for going back into the series. If you got that big mushroom towards just close to the edge, you could destroy the flagpole itself. Unfortunately, I won't be showing anything like that, but yeah, you can destroy the flagpole, which gets you an automatically fills up the gauge, which you can then get 1-ups from what you can destroy. Also, World Dash 2 here, World Dash 1-2, introduces Mario's potential to ground pound. Yeah, this was a pretty new feature added in, and the fact of ground pounding could lead to secret areas and branch off into other areas, as well as gives other platform designs, basically, as well as puzzles. This is also can be accommodated with the wall jump, which I will be showing right now. Yeah, basically the wall jump here, it's kind of like the Super Mario 64 style, but you're doing it in 2D, because I'm pretty sure, I think 64 was when Mario could officially wall jump off of stuff, or wall kick, however you want to explain it. Of course, you got the good old 1-up in the same spot as usual. So yeah. As far as good things go here, yeah, we got star coins collect the galore. I will admit that in the first series here, I don't think it was until Wii when collecting the star coins can be somewhat difficult. More of they put them in more difficult spots to find per se, but that was on an actual console, and this is just a handheld. It also wants me to explain over to the dual screen. So, funny enough, if you haven't been noticing how the screens have been kind of switching back and forth, even though in the edited form here, you probably won't see it there, but the dual screen, when you go down a pipe and stuff, your thing on the bottom screen would go onto your top of the screen, and then you would be playing on the bottom screen when you go down here. Also, I did see the star power up there, which is kind of a nice note. It was in a hidden block, but we'll get back to the star power up soon, because I actually noticed a hidden secret down here, and I accidentally went back to the pipe before I had a chance to actually get there. So yeah, once we get rid of the shell here, we should be fine. But yeah, so you probably would think that this would be where either some hidden coins are, a hidden secret room, but no. This is where the mega mushroom is again. It is a selling point, so we have a whole section where we can destroy some more stuff. Thankfully, we can't destroy the pipe that allows us to leave. That would be really bad, but yeah. If you ground pound and stuff, you have a chance for enemies to fall out of the thin air. Fun overall. So now let's go take a look at another familiar power-up, the Starman. Of course, with tradition in every Super Mario game, the Starman theme has changed once again. It sounds like the same old thing, but same old theme, but the music has changed, that's for sure. And now, as for a secret, if you played Super Mario Bros., you would know that if you jump over here, you would find like a secret exit or something. Or warp to another world, but here is a secret exit. Which brings me to another point. Secret exits. So, just like in Super Mario World, there are levels that'll let you take you to alternate paths. Unfortunately, unlike Super Mario World, which had a red dot over them indicating that they have a secret path, Super Mario World DS kinda doesn't do that. Instead, they make you look at the different types of levels, and then you have to figure out from there how to uncover those secrets. Thankfully, for the most part, most of these secrets, unless we're talking about ghost houses, aren't too terribly bad and not too cryptic. But yeah, we'll probably run into a problem a bit later on, but thankfully here in the first world it's not too bad. We also have an introduction to a new platformer, the bouncy platformer. Really fun. As well as we also have other new mechanic, the spin drill. Or spin top. Basically launches Mario into the air and lets him fly like a helicopter, basically. And yeah, and then you can also drill down on your enemies. So, pretty fun overall. I also, the red coins, I'm assuming were brought over from Super Mario 64, of course. Again, Super Mario 64 alone has, innovated a lot of things. So, seeing a lot of these familiar things in Super Mario Bros. DS is quite nice. But yeah, Super Mario Bros. DS has a couple of its own mechanics, and if anything, I think it's the most original one game out of the 4 games of the series. As well as we have Toadwurst is back. Oh my god, we haven't seen this guy in forever. And unfortunately, we won't see him until very, very later on. As well as Mini Mushroom. We'll get into the Mini Mushroom a little bit later on, but just note that when I said there's new power-ups, it just wasn't one. There's a couple other power-ups that we haven't seen up to this point. Also, this is a good time to mention, when you enter a level, if you hit pause on your screen and you have already completed a level, you can return to the map. Just note, if you're going to return to the map, you will lose any progress in that. So if you came to get a power-up, you need to finish the stage, or you won't be bringing that power-up out. Kind of like how in Super Mario World you could kind of cheat the system, grab a mushroom or a cape feather and just leave. But Super Mario DS makes you have to actually go through the stage again to get it. We have the 1-up houses, as well as the mushroom houses, more per se. Basically, as it is intended, the 1-up house gets you more 1-ups. Mushroom house lets you get a random power-up, and then you have the mega mushroom houses, which allows you a mega mushroom. And there's a lot of fun things to do with the mega mushrooms, but we'll be showing that off very, very, very later on. Because, once again, the fact that you can actually have a mega mushroom in your inventory slot is very hilarious. That's another thing I wanted to touch on. If you haven't noticed in the down screen towards the right there, we actually can store an actual power-up. So for this case, I'm just challenging myself at the time being, so the only power-up that you'll probably be seeing there mainly is the mini mushroom, because unfortunately the mini mushroom has a lot of secrets tied to it, and we need a lot of those. So in order for that, we need to keep it at all times. But yeah, so we'll be just sticking with the ideal of that we can't store a power up. Plus, it makes it a bit more challenging because this game theoretically isn't difficult. If it's your first Mario game, yeah, I guess it would be, but this game isn't hard at all. But it isn't a complete pushover, dude. It can be difficult at that point, especially if you're like me and who likes to screw around and not really pay attention to his surroundings. Anyways, we're missing one star coin, and yeah. The reason why I haven't been mentioning too much about the star coins, if you really are having trouble with the star coins, you can just follow through this playthrough, and yeah. Most of the star coins are, this is the first game, and they were just added into the concept, so the developers haven't gotten too creative with the ideas of hiding them. I think in later levels they might be more difficult, but I've never had any trouble finding all the star coins in this game. As for the Bowser Jr. fight, this guy is a pushover. Holy hell, this guy is a pushover. Watch as the display, but as we're talking over this, yeah, he's dead. But yeah, this is where the first episode will be ending, and I think this is a good point to send out. I will see you guys in the next episode when we finish World 1. See you then.